Okay, so this is an Easter egg I found. It's an actual intersection or crossroad that actually exists in the city of Jackson. So I'm just leaving the cemetery now. If you come around here, I can't remember on Google Earth, because I'm going to put the video on after this of the actual intersection. It's either an intersection or a T-section in real life, but it's definitely got this section here where you've got two streets in Jackson which have a Rancher Street and the other one being E. Hanson Ave. And when you stand on one part of that section in Google Earth, or look at it coming up the road in Google Earth, now I'm in Australia, so I've actually taken the time out to look at this myself, just because I thought, oh, when I was coming into this Joel's house, I thought, oh, look at those streets, and then I thought, you know what, I'm going to Google Earth them and see if they're real. If you look at it on Google Earth, you will get the mountain range in the background like this. It's nicer on here because it's snow, but the actual structure is more like mountains, whereas on Google Earth, the real section you can see more like hilly mountains, not as nice as these ones. But you will get that exact angle. So looking from the two views, you got that into the hills again. If you go on to the other, if you drive up Google Earth using the actual maps, and you guide yourself up the streets on the maps, you'll see all those areas. Yeah, I'm not sure about little details like the house. There is a big, like, what looks to me where the cemetery is here, there looks like a big open grass area with some sort of building there in that part of it. So yeah, if you Google Earth those two, that intersection in on Google, and have a look at the difference. Now, as an Easter egg, it was just saying I looked up myself. I think when they do these Easter eggs, I'm not sure if it is an Easter egg, but I know when they do these things, they probably do that many of them, they don't even know if they all remember half of what they put in the game for people to find, or it was intentionally. I'd say it has to be intentional because it's two streets that are in the same town. It'd be too coincidental, and maybe they just have a quick look and say, well, we'll put a real intersection in to make it look like the actual town, and I suppose you can use your imagination there. But that's just an Easter egg I found, and when I googled it, I haven't seen anything mentioned about it on Google or, you know, Easter eggs on YouTube or anything like that. So I'm thinking, am I the only one that's found this? And that's that video. Okay, hopefully you can hear. I'm just going off of my laptop speaker. I'm just making this where I am. I'm actually here at E. Hanson Street now, from what I think is the right angle. And by the look of it, if I just spin around, this is where I'd say we just come from, say, for the cemetery was, for example. And that's what's around that area. And the cool detail is, maybe they looked this up themselves or did something. See, the mountains here, and it is a big mountain in the game, compared to the other hills. And you've even got the stop sign there with the signs. I'll try and have a look at that. And then you've got the power lines, stop sign, and from here it looks to me that's where Joel's house would be. And we'll just go up. I mean, so I've typed, this is 79-7 East Hanson Street. Remember, it's a T-section in the game, not an intersection. So I've tried coming up from the other side of E. Hanson Street to have a look at the angles, and it wouldn't match up if I was to turn right down this way at Rancher Street. There's no hills down there, so this has to be the angle. So when you go down to this street here and you turn right, you can go down into there, I hope. You've got the mountain range there as well, so that is correct compared to that intersection I just looked at. And funny enough, there's the street sign, the stop sign. I'm sure I've seen the street sign there, maybe not, but there's the stop sign and the power lines, and I think the power line light is on the opposite side as you go down there. So quite interesting. Go down there, we can actually have a look at the mountains, and Bob's your uncle. is what street's that? Nando Street. Oh, I came down around this way. I'm not sure where I am now. Oh, there we go. Back up E. Hanson Street. Now we want Rancher Street, don't we? And I'm not sure where I am. Yes, I am on Rancher Street now. It's just, this is a weird road, so maybe there, is it? E. Hanson Rancher Street. Is that it there? There's an intersection. Oh, I'm lost. This is America. I'm not used to driving on this side of the road, so back to I think where we're supposed to be. Sorry for losing it already, but looks to me, yep, facing that way. If I'm facing that way, oh yep, there we are. Oh, here I am. So that was down here, and we got there. Yep, back into here. So if we came from, say, if we go over to this angle and have a look, what do we got here? We're on Rancher Street again. So again, we got mountains down, no mountains down there. And I'll leave it to you. Some lucky guy gets to be the star of the game. And you can have a bit of a look-see yourself. It'd be good to see this in winter compared. But definitely, I'm wondering, it looks to me like they would have actually looked this intersection up, because that mountain is pretty much the same shape and it's smaller on the sides. So quite interesting. And I've added that now.